Well, hey, B. It's Jamie. That's me here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to yet another quick chat. Today on the quick chat, we're going to be talking about Miss Kandi Burruss real quick. And the question that's on the table is, do you guys think that Kandi Burruss should go ahead and leave Real Housewives of Atlanta? Because that has been a question, that has been a conversation. Okay. Carlos King ended up doing a podcast recently where he kind of talked about some housewives that he felt should go ahead and move on from the show. Okay. He was also on this show with another young woman by the name of Kate, I do believe, Kate Casey. He was on the call on the podcast with her, and they both talked about ladies that should walk away from the show at this time and go out and explore other things. Okay. But speaking of Kandi and Carlos, though, okay, this is real interesting because Kandi ended up doing a speak on it not too long ago, girl. And one of the questions came up about whether she and Carlos has a relationship. I see why people are asking this question because Carlos has done quite a few podcasts where he's had a ton of housewives on that particular show. And Miss Kandi Burruss was not a part of that show. Okay. We haven't seen her on there yet, but I also feel like we haven't seen Nene yet. We haven't seen I think Kenya may have been on there, or at least we haven't seen Kenya. There are a few that we have not seen sit down and do interviews with Carlos just yet, right? So maybe that's what was going on. Well, Kendi kind of cleared it up for the people that may have been wondering. She let us know what's really going on, okay, and whether or not she and Carlos have any type of relationship. So y'all listen to what Kendi had to say.
Relationship like with Carlos King, there is no relationship, child. We don't have a relationship no more. No. Mm-mm. Uh-uh. No. Let me see.
So y'all just heard that. Nope. And I'm sure, it probably got something to do with Phaedra. I feel like the last time Phaedra was on Real Housewives was probably, what was it? Was it season 9, y'all? Maybe it was a while ago. Maybe it was sooner than that, because they're on what, season 14. So has Phaedra really been gone away from Real Housewives that long, for about 5 years? Maybe it's been that long. But, Phaedra said some things about Kandi that, ended up not being true or whatever the case may have been. And they ended up removing Phaedra from the show. I do recall hearing talks that Carlos had his hand in that particular situation with what Phaedra brought over to Miss Kandi. I don't know what to really be true for real. But I did hear rumors that Kandi and Carlos fell out around the time that she fell out with Phaedra, okay, because of his involvement with that. What's to be true? I wasn't there, girl, so I can't necessarily say. But I also find it interesting that she was very clear to say, at least, that I ain't got no relationship with this man. Nope, negative, nah. But what about Todd? Because that was another question. Okay. Like, what about Todd in the relationship that he may have? Okay. This is just a quick snippet. All right. From that particular live. But I'm wondering about that because I'm thinking about how Hollywood divas, R&B divas, these are projects that Carlos King and Todd, Candy's husband, worked on together. In addition to that, Carlos dropped a very good show over there on BET. I believe it was called, girl, I keep wanting to say it was called Empire, but it wasn't that. It had something to do with the ladies. Encore. That's what it was. It was Encore. BET presents Encore. He brought that show to BET, but I also recall seeing Todd's name in the credits as like an executive producer of some sort. So that makes me wonder, what's the relationship between the both of them? Are they cool? Are they not cool? Was this an idea that he had been fishing around for a very long time with BET and other networks, and he finally got picked up, and he had to attach Todd's name, rightfully so, to the project so that Todd can get paid accordingly? Do they have a relationship, or is it just a business relationship? I would think that they probably may not be cool, but I don't know that for sure. I'm just wondering because Todd does strike me as a person that, if you don't get along with my wife, you don't get along with me either. That's what I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? So more than just the Kandi and Carlos situation, and we kind of, a lot of us kind of know if they're cool, why they're not cool, and basically why they don't really talk or why they don't have a relationship when it comes to Carlos and Kandi. But I was really wondering the dynamic of Carlos and Todd. But nonetheless, okay, Carlos had this conversation over there on his podcast where he talked about some of the housewives that should exit stage left. And of course, Kyle's name came up over there on Kyle Richards over on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. But there was kind of some talks about whether or not she was returning. I mean, she even had a thought about it herself of leaving. I believe it was up in the air. So it was something that she might even be considering, which is walking away from the show. But it's kind of like walking away from the show is walking away from that check. So then you have to figure out a way to replace that check with other things. Okay. I think that Kyle Richards is going to be successful, definitely beyond the show, because she wasn't Kyle on Little House of the Prairie like years ago. Okay. Back in the day. And Miss Girl still coming up, showing up, popping up in different Halloween movies. Let me tell you something. Kyle Richards is an actress. She's gonna always have access to the entertainment industry and to be able to make her coin and to make her money. She can't do Housewives forever, so she might leave, and then again, she might not. Now, Miss Kandi Burruss, I feel the same way about Kandi. Kandi has been in the game for many years with her music. She's been writing. She can push a pen, pushing P, period. Okay, so I do think that there is still going to continue to be life for Kandi after Real Housewives of Atlanta, but I do think that it's going to be different. It's not going to be the same as it was before. Now, Kandi is opening up to other opportunities of acting. Okay, so Miss Girl is going to be able to excel and go off and do that, as well as the different businesses that she and her husband are bringing along. Now the question is, should she go? I don't know. I don't know. You know, at one point I was like, Kandi, you can go ahead and go. You're not bringing a whole lot like Cynthia. But I guess in Marlo words, yeah, she's making Kandi work for that check. So this season, I feel like Kandi is really giving it, calling Miss Girl out. So like not sliding under the radar just a bit. But I don't really see Kandi leaving. I feel like a lot of people may want her to leave, but I think she's going to leave when Bravo tells her to go. Okay, I don't know if she's gonna make the decision to be like, oh, this was cute. My time is up. Let me go on and excel to something else. I think Kandi has been on the show for about 13 years. I would believe that she will round it up to at least 15 before she exits stage left. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think she's going to go until Bravo says that she should go. Like I just don't see that happening. But Carlos and Kate were on the podcast, and Kate just felt like at some point producers should be able to make a decision to say, hey, your storyline has run its course. We've seen this before. You've done all that you can. Okay. After you've done all you can, you just stand. Come on down to McClurkin. But yeah, stand and be sure that you can go on from Real Housewives and do some other stuff in so many words. That's what Miss Kate was saying. And Carlos definitely agreed. And he actually kind of bigged up Kandi, you know. And just, you know, said that she's phenomenal. She is worldwide, unlike Marlo. He said it out his mouth. Unlike Marlo, Kandi is worldwide, and he thinks that there is so much more, you know, to everything that she got going on as far as her career. So she could probably slide out and go and do some other things. I don't think that's going to happen yet. I think Carlos has a point. I don't think that's going to happen yet. He also went on to discuss himself and talk about how he left the show after season 9, which I'm starting to question and wonder, honestly, you know, because I'm like, did you willingly leave the show? And I think that he did, even though it was drama surrounding that season. I think he willingly left the show, and he mentioned in a previous podcast show that Bravo asked him to return or asked him to stay. Either way, the answer was no. So Carlos did make the decision to walk away, step away from that show, when he feels like had he stayed in that position, he wouldn't be able to do all of the things that he's doing now, right? So he was trying to relate that to himself when it came to Kandi. He just felt like, listen, girl, go out there and get what's out there for you instead of sitting up here riding on the back of, you know, Housewives, you know, this long. But I mean, I feel like Housewives kind of help Kandi in her businesses. She don't really need Housewives, but that's just my opinion. I don't know that lady finances like that, but I'm thinking she don't really need Housewives. She got all these businesses. She got Kandi in the game. She can work on that show, elevate that. I feel like Escape may be working on the show with Bravo. Like Kandi definitely is Keep a Bag Tucker Burruss, okay, or Burruss Tucker. Miss Ma'am definitely is Kandi Keep a Bag. So she's going to figure out a way to replace the check with Housewives should she leave. Then she's still working with the Chi, and I'm only believing that if she no longer is with the Chi, she's going to pick up other opportunities somewhere else and do her Broadway plays and all of that. So I mean, if she left, I mean, it'll be a plus. But then at the same time, I'm kind of thinking about if I was in Kandi position, would I really leave? or would I hang around just a little bit longer and get them checks? You know what I'm saying? But I do think by year 15, maybe Kandi can definitely slide out the door. Maybe 2 more seasons if Bravo is willing to give her that, and then round it up and then move on and elevate and go do some other things. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking, but I want to hear y'all thoughts. Okay, y'all let me know if you feel like time is up, girl. Go ahead and get out the door. Let me know your overall thoughts, honey. That's all that I got. I'm Jamie. That's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie. That's me. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.